Hey everyone, welcome to the study session for Class 10 board exams. You've got this. We're covering the First Flight textbook, prose, poetry, all the literary goodness. Don't worry, we've got a plan. We'll dive into themes, characters and messages. So grab your notebooks, maybe a cup of chai, and let's ace these exams. Let's kick things off with a letter to God, a story that hits you right in the feels. Lencho, a farmer, relies on his crops. A hailstorm devastates his fields. Lencho writes to God, asking for help. The postmaster rallies the town to send money. Lencho gets less and blames the post office. Oof, talk about irony, right? Okay, time to talk about a giant Duma. Nelson Mandela. This chapter is a peek into his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, and let me tell you, this man's journey is the definition of resilience. Mandela's story is about rising above unimaginable circumstances, dedicating your life to equality, even when it means sacrificing your own freedom. It's a story about the power of perseverance, the long and winding road to justice, and the unwavering spirit of one man who dared to challenge an entire system. Get ready for takeoff with stories about flying. First, his first flight by Liam O'Flaherty. A young seagull must overcome his fear of flying. Hunger drives him to take the leap. Next, Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth. A pilot battles a storm and is guided by a mysterious plane, but no one has any record of this phantom plane. Chapter 4, Anne Frank's diary. A glimpse into history through a young girl's eyes. This chapter plunges us headfirst into one of history's darkest chapters, World War II. But it does so through the eyes of a young girl, Anne Frank, whose spirit shines even brighter against the backdrop of war. Her diary becomes her confidant, her escape, and ultimately, her voice. It's a stark reminder of the human cost of war, of the millions of stories like Anne's that were tragically cut short. Chapter 5. Glimpses of India, a tapestry of culture, tradition, and delicious treats. Pack your bags, we're going on a whirlwind tour of India. A delicious sampler platter of Indian culture and tradition. First, A Baker from Goa by Lucio Rodriguez. Goa's baking traditions and simple pleasures. Next, Coorg with Lokesh Abrol. Lush landscapes and the aroma of coffee. Finally, Tea from Assam by Arup Kumar Datta. Journey through tea gardens and the lives of tea workers. Chapter 6. Mijbul the Otter, an unlikely friendship and a whole lot of mayhem. This is the story of an unusual friendship between a man, Gavin Maxwell, and a mischievous otter he adopts in Iraq. Maxwell soon learns that life with an otter is anything but predictable. From playful antics to accidental floods, Mijbul turns Maxwell's life upside down in the best way possible. It's a story about the bonds we form with animals, the lessons they teach us, and the sheer joy of sharing our lives with creatures big and small. Chapter 7. Madam Rides the Bus, a child's adventure and the weight of reality. It's about Valley, an 8-year-old girl with a thirst for adventure and a burning desire to ride the bus. She meticulously saves her money, planning every detail of her secret adventure. But this story takes a bittersweet turn, as Valley witnesses the harsh realities of life and death during her journey. It's a coming-of-age story that captures the innocence of childhood, the thrill of discovery, and the inevitable moment when we realize that growing up comes with its share of joys and sorrows. Chapter 8. The Sermon at Benares' Life, Loss, and the Search for Peace. The Sermon at Benares takes us on a journey of grief, acceptance, and ultimately enlightenment, all through the teachings of Gautama Buddha. We meet Kisa Gotami, a woman consumed by grief over the loss of her child. Buddha sends her on a quest to find a mustard seed from a house that has never known death. As Kisa Gotami searches, she realizes the universality of death, leading her to accept her loss and find peace. Chapter 9. The Proposal, Marriage, Mayhem and Misunderstandings. Get ready for side-splitting laughter with The Proposal, a comedic masterpiece by Anton Chekhov. Meet Lomov, a nervous landowner proposing to his neighbor Natalia. Their conversation devolves into ridiculous arguments over land and dogs. This play hilariously comments on human relationships and social conventions. Chapter 10. Dust of Snow. Finding joy in the smallest of moments. Dust of Snow by Robert Frost captures the moment when a crow shakes snow from a hemlock tree, dusting the poet with a flurry of white. This simple act lifts the poet's spirits, transforming his entire outlook. It's a reminder to find beauty and joy even in the most unexpected places. Chapter 11. Fire and Ice. The world on the brink, two sides of the same coin. Fire and Ice by Robert Frost explores the duality of human nature, the forces that drive us, and the potential for both creation and destruction. Frost presents two terrifying possibilities for the end of the world. Fire, representing our burning desires, and ice, symbolizing our capacity for hatred and indifference. It's a stark reminder of the power of our emotions and the choices we make. Chapter 12. A tiger in the zoo, caged freedom, confined spirit. Leslie Norris paints a vivid picture of a majestic creature trapped within the confines of a zoo, his natural instincts stifled, his spirit yearning for the wild. The poem explores the psychological impact of confinement, the frustration, the boredom, the sheer longing for a life that's been stolen. It's a powerful commentary on the importance of freedom and the cruelty of captivity. Chapter 13. How to Tell Wild Animals, a humorous safari through the animal kingdom. How to Tell Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells is a witty poem that takes a light-hearted approach to wildlife identification. It offers humorous descriptions of various animals you might encounter if you dare to venture into their territory. It's a reminder that learning doesn't have to be dry and boring. It can be filled with laughter, wit, and a healthy dose of silliness. Chapter 14. The Ball Poem. Loss, Acceptance, and the Growing Pains of Life. The Ball Poem by John Berryman explores the simple yet profound experience of a boy losing his ball. It's about the inevitability of loss and the way it forces us to confront the realities of life and death. It's a poignant reminder that growing up is a journey marked by both joys and sorrows. Chapter 15. Amanda. Dreams, Restrictions, and the Yearning for Freedom. Amanda by Robin Klein takes us inside the mind of a young girl who's constantly bombarded with instructions and corrections from the adults in her life. In her daydreams, she escapes the confines of her reality, transforming into a mermaid, an orphan, even Rapunzel. It's a powerful exploration of the tensions between childhood and adulthood and the desire for independence. Chapter 16. The Trees, Roots of Rebellion, Branches of Freedom. The Trees by Adrienne Rich uses the metaphor of trees breaking free from their pots to symbolize the struggle for liberation. The trees stretch towards the light, their branches reaching for the sky, their very existence a testament to the power of resilience. It's a powerful message about breaking free from societal expectations and fighting for the right to determine our own destinies. Chapter 17. Fog. A silent visitor, a fleeting moment. Fog by Carl Sandburg uses vivid imagery to paint a picture of fog rolling into a city. Sandburg compares the fog to a cat, its movements stealthy and silent as it envelops the harbor and the city. This short but evocative poem reminds us to appreciate the beauty in the everyday and the ephemeral nature of life. Chapter 18. The Tale of Custard, the Dragon, Courage Under Fire, Conquering Your Fears, The Tale of Custard. The Dragon by Ogden Nash is a humorous ballad that introduces us to Custard, a seemingly cowardly dragon. When a real danger arrives, it's Custard who steps up, facing his fears head-on to save the day. This poem is a reminder that true courage isn't about being fearless, it's about confronting your fears. Chapter 19. For Anne Gregory, Beauty, Perception, and the Search for True Love. For Anne Gregory, by William Butler Yeats, delves into the complexities of love, beauty, and human perception. The speaker challenges the notion that men love Anne for her physical appearance, suggesting that true love goes beyond superficial beauty. This poem encourages us to look beyond appearances and seek a love that values us for the depths of our hearts and minds. Outro, Class 10 English. You got this. That's a wrap on our rapid revision of the First Flight textbook. Understand the themes, messages, and characters to ace your exams. Keep reviewing, think critically, and ask questions. You've got this. Good luck, stay curious, and keep exploring literature.